Yo, what is up guys? And we are back for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, and we're going to go ahead and do a level 10 Link's Rainbow Showcase on Android 13 on AGL Cell's 200% leader skill. So this guy actually falls under the power absorption version of his leader skill, right? So of course Cell leads Android Cell Saga and power absorption. Key 3 170, and then the extra 30% is to Android. So for instance, he's not going to give it to like Shape Up Boo or unfortunately Boo Tanks or Boo Piccolo, really only all of these androids, right? So that is Cell's leader skill. But again, this is Android 13. Real quick, we'll go ahead and check him out and we'll just hop right into the video, right? So Android 13 is kind of an interesting unit. He's always been in the monstrous shadow of STR Cooler, and it definitely is going to be interesting moving forward how this guy performs compared to STR Cooler in the future, right? So STR Cooler just completely dominated in every single way. These guaranteed crits he gets against Pure and Hybrid Saiyans after transformation is just crazy. And then when he transforms to this guy, Fusion 13 that is, he only has guaranteed crits against Goku, which is obviously guaranteed crits are guaranteed crits, right? So it's still good, and it's going to be good. We are going to run him in the GT Legendary Goku event just because it's a showcase, right? So I definitely want to showcase the unit. So let's go ahead and look at base form 13 before he absorbs 14 and 15. So of course he is an Androids category leader, Key 3 130 to HP 170 to attack and defense. That was the leader skill I preferred for a long time. The attack and defense has always been much better for something like Super Battle Road, where you're going to take less on normal attacks is usually how that works. And then on his super attack, causes immense damage and greatly lowers defense with a chance of stunning. So the chance to stun is nice, right? Especially for, you're running two of these guys on the team generally. If you're running Target Goku or you're running Androids. Now you're not running that, now you're running AGL Cell. But in the past, right, running two of this guy is not a bad thing. Especially when you consider he has attack and defense 130%. Androids category allies key 2 attack and defense 30%, and then of course attacks guaranteed to hit transforms when conditions are met. So this attacks guaranteed to hit can be useful and will be useful when we go up against the full power Saiyan 4 Goku at the end of the GT Legendary Goku event. I utilize this every single month in Battlefield, right? So Battlefield Invisible Man is a very annoying little bastard, and he can dodge 70% of your attacks. So if you just throw on only Android 13, you can just go ahead and hit him, and all it takes is one normal attack, and he's donezo, right? So we've looked at him here. These are some of his links. This is kind of the quirkier link, right? The Red Ribbon Army link. You can see there's 10 units in the game that have it, unless I'm missing some. No, I'm not. I guess I'm missing this guy, but he's just... Oh, no, he's right here. He's right there. So... yeah, I'm missing General Blue, and then of course some R's and SR's and whatever else. So Rebel Army is definitely the weird one, but we will be able to activate it on his teams. Metamorphosis is a great link. Nightmare is a great link. Fierce Battle, obviously an amazing link. Android Assault, he's going to share with, basically every android on this team. Key 2 and defense 20% is going to be very big for him. Big Bad Boss is the incredible link of attack and defense 25%, and then Fear and Faith is another key link, which is definitely solid. All enemies defense minus 10%. This guy's rarely going to struggle to super attack unless you're throwing him on like the movie boss's team or something like that. He is rarely not going to super attack for sure. So this is kind of a weird thing, right? So keep in mind base form 13, right, before he absorbs. He supports androids. Now he transforms. So this can occur when there are 2 or more androids category allies on the team from the 5th turn from the start of battle. For the record, the friend does count. So all you would need is 1 additional android and then like another Fusion 13, right? So, all right. Again, the leader skill doesn't change. Nothing, his super attack effect doesn't change. This is the weird part, right? So he's still key 3 attack and defense 130%. So like nothing's really changed except he gives himself key. And then he himself gets additional attack and defense 13% per target Goku category ally on the team, attacks guaranteed to hit, and disables enemy guard, Performs a critical hit when facing an enemy whose name includes Goku. So the weird thing is he himself powers up android units, but he, when he transforms, relies on target Goku units. So it's like, how do you build the team? Do you build it target Goku, or do you build it androids? You know what I mean? It's a strange thing. I always like to say, like, it really seems like they were high or something when they made him. Sometimes they get real quirky with these designs. So let's go ahead and hop into an event. This is just like the Super Saiyan 3 Goku Dokkan Fest event. And then we'll hop into some more difficult content with Android 13. Alright, folks, so here we are. I decided to bring a support memory. I like to do this for, like, when we're just maybe, you know, muddling through a Dokkan event or whatever. Like, might as well, right? It's always fun to see. That's one of my favorite ones for sure. This should be a pretty good turn for our boy Android 13. We're going to link him up with his fusion self, and he's going to share 5 of 7. Unfortunately, man, this unit does not have big bad bosses. It's so dumb, right? So he's got 295k defense. I mean, wow, you actually have a little bit more defense than I thought. It's all of these mega links, right? So we already went over, like, Android Assault is a 20% key or 20% defensive link. What was Red Ribbon Army? Just real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get to it. Red Ribbon Army is attack and defense 10%, so not the craziest link. So anyway, let's go ahead and hop to it. So he's going to, and then remember, he is getting buffed from the support memory as well. So that is attack and defense 10% for 2 turns. So we are indeed up against a superclass enemy. So let's see what he's at. Yeah, I mean, 3 milli from this guy. So considering, all things considered, so he's rocking roughly 300k defense. I would call that, like, pretty good. Now, the problem that I really have with this unit is his super attack effect. Stunning is really nice. Stunning is for sure really, really good. Particularly for Super Battle Road, it's really nice. We'll go ahead and float off a Boo Piccolo here. But stunning is really, really nice. Units nowadays, dude, they just, you have to, like, raise defense on Super. Unless you are, like, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, and you just have, like, 90% damage reduction, or AGL Golden Frieza. I almost feel like it's, like, a necessity these days. You have to, like, this 30% raise of defense makes units so much more viable. So if you really think about it, if you're sitting there at 300k defense, and then you get a 30% raise of defense, you're almost at 400k defense. And then if you double super, you tack on, again, rough numbers, right? You tack on another 100,000, and all of a sudden, man, you're actually, like, really ridiculous in terms of your defensive stat. So you want to know what I really want to do? Is I want to put him in the middle, because that's everything except for big bad bosses. This is kind of the nature of the androids team now. I feel like if I do this, it won't kill Goku. I don't know, though. You know, I must admit, I wasn't expecting this 13 to have anywhere near 200,000. I'm low-key kind of impressed. Unfortunately, he doesn't raise defense on Super either. Oh, boy. Do I do it just to get Fierce Battle active? I don't know. Should I? Because they'll for sure kill him. What do you have here? So we'd be missing out on Metamorphosis. We'll rock it like this. How about that? And then we'll get Fierce Battle. We're missing out on Metamorphosis, right? So that's not too much attack and defense there. So we'll go ahead and see what happens here. Let's see what he gets. This is a support unit, very good support unit, 2.98. So he's sitting there right around 3 million with a support unit and a really good link buddy in Androids 19 and 20. So we might be able to get one more rotation with him. If we can one-turn this Goku right now, then we should be able to get one more turn with him. It will be double support, right? Because we'll have that Boo Piccolo on rotation with us. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see. I think with 2 second form cells, we should be able to do the job. So far, he seems okay. 300,000 in Android's Extreme Super Battle Road, I suspect that's enough. I really do. So unless he gets tagged with, like, a type disadvantage super attack, I feel like, again, 300k is going to do the job. He's sitting there with a lot more defense than, like, this cell. It's just all start of turn. Now, this cell basically has no links active as well, so this is basically just cell with raw stats. Right? This is, like, nothing. Shocking Speed is only a defensive link. And then, of course, at Android 18 is a support unit. So that is really the biggest problem I foresee with this Android 13. Not foresee. But the biggest problem I have with him is not raising defense on super attack. If he did that, and if he had just like a little bit more firepower, I would like him a lot more. I'm not a mega fan of his design either. As I mentioned, like it seemed like the producers were like high, or like they were wasted. Look at that, dude. We didn't take him down. I guess, what are we gonna do here? This is fine. Oh, we're getting the fusion here. That's fine. This is good. This is good. We'll be able to see him powered up a little bit here. So he doesn't really get anything else unless you're rocking more target Goku enemies. Or allies, excuse me. So he's at 335,000. That's good, man. Again, for Android's ESBR, that's definitely good enough. Is he getting anything additional there in the middle? Yeah, everything except Big Bad Bosses again. We'll do this. And this won't be the last phase of Goku. I wouldn't suspect Buu Piccolo would take this guy down. I'd wager we're going to be for sure over a 3 million attack stat. For sure we will be. But he needs just like a little tiny bit more. Again, I mentioned comparing him to Cooler, that future Gohan, like some of these units that came out during that meta, that time period where they were supporting the team, and they had like pretty solid leader skills and this and that. He needs a little bit more, for sure. Oh, 4 million. Okay, we'll take it. Again, 4 million's great. I mean, 4 million, 335,000 defense is pretty good, and a guaranteed crit. That's not the worst. I mean, for sure. Like, is Cooler performing that well? I mean, maybe post-transformation he is, but I don't think he's at 335,000 defense. Cooler infinitely raises attack, but he's not rocking almost 350,000 defense. I definitely would bet my bottom dollar he's not rocking that much defense. I guess this rotation doesn't matter too much. This is probably going to be like the last rotation of the video. So we'll go ahead and get a little bit of perfect cell action right here for sure. All right, let's go ahead and do this. So we're at a point, it's kind of an awkward time for Android 13. So we're entering yet another meta, the 200% meta, the red zone meta, whatever you want to call it. So we're entering kind of an interesting time in Dokkan history. And Android 13 is just like, he's kind of somewhere in between an EZA and being usable. It's just like it kind of is what it is. Again, 335,000, that is definitely a good defensive stat. It's just not good enough for something like the Ultimate Red Zone or something like that. Hey, check it out. We got a link for Fusion 13. We'll take it. But anyway, guys, we'll wrap up this portion of the video and we'll take them into some difficult content. All right, fellas, so here we are in Extreme Super Battle Road, of course, on AGL Cell's team. Here he is, 252,000. But watch this. Let's get him Big Bad Bosses. And now he's up over 300,000 defense. Now, this is a pretty good turn for our boy 13. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to, I feel like no matter what, because these two units specifically are slot 2 units. So, like, if we get tagged with a couple of super attacks, we're just dead, and we can't carry on the showcase. And also just considering I'm going to put him in the middle slot here, let's go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and do this. I think that would be a good idea. So we'll go ahead and, again, lead off with 19 and 20. And again, considering he's going to get annihilated, 13 that is, he's going to get annihilated with type disadvantage. We'll go ahead and target type advantage here. And I'll go for the stun. And then with the AGL cell, we'll go ahead and just try to clean up that tech enemy. We'll probably end up moving on to the int enemy. So we'll go ahead and see how it goes. I popped the King Yemma for this exact reason, dude. That's type disadvantage, I believe, right? Yeah, it was. So good thing I popped that King Yemma, because the showcase would have just been over, right? So, not something that your boy wants to do. So let's go ahead and see what's up. We get the additional normal. Let's see what 13 does. So remember, he's at 300,000 defense, which I call pretty good for a unit from 2019. 3.49. It's certainly nothing too crazy, right? You saw a one dupe banner unit, right, in 19 and 20 put up a very, very similar attack stat with a much better defensive stat. After supering, their defense is much better than that, for sure. So that was a pretty good attack stat there from Cell. That's a double support rotation from Cell. So let's go ahead and lead off with this oddball unit. We'll go ahead and do that. No more items active right now, so this is fine. We should be able to make it to the next turn. I really think so. At least I really hope so. And then we'll go ahead and pick up these tech orbs. I left my beloved tech androids off the team. I love the tech androids. I'm doing my best. No guard, thank you. I am doing my best to show, like, you know, as many different units as I can. Because some of these units, man, there's not... The Android Cell Saga is a pretty big category, I would say. Between the Android Cell Saga and Power Absorption, it is a... There's the guard. It is a big category, for sure. But, in terms of the units specifically on AGL Cell's leader skill, there's not a lot there. It hits on all of the big Android units for sure, the Super 17s, the Tech Androids, for instance, 19 and 20, Android 13. So it hits on a lot of them, but just not on... You guys get it, right? Like, you're going to see a lot of the same units. So this is going to be no big bad bosses, 252,000. We'll go ahead and leave Super 17 on rotation with us. So we would get the transformation next turn because our team is just loaded with Android units. Let's go ahead and make sure Super 17 gets his 18 key. I think that's probably a good idea. And then we'll go ahead and go for the stun right here. And 19 and 20, we'll just try to clean up this AGL enemy. And we should be able to move on to the next phase if I had to guess. Super 17 is going to be a pretty good link buddy for him. I believe, I think they share 4 of 7. But unfortunately, for some dumb reason, dude, they don't give most of the Super 17s in the game big bad bosses. It's just dumb, right? Every boss, every primary antagonist should just have the big bad bosses link, like, you know, I don't know, LR Broly or something like that. Should definitely have big bad bosses. So that was pretty good right there. He takes for double digits, right? Type neutral. That's not bad. We didn't have an item active. That's pretty good. I'd call that pretty good. Like I said, I felt like his defense is going to be good enough to tank in here, for sure. Anything short of a big super attack, he's not going to be able to tank, but there are very few units in the game who can. AGL Cell is one of them if he's perfect form, and he's getting like a triple super or something like that. For sure, he can tank super attacks. He eats them right up. I guess we'll leave it just like so. And then the next turn, we will have double... Well, no, I floated off the int androids. That's a big bummer. This is fine. I don't need to overthink this because we're about to wrap it up right here. So that's okay. We'll go ahead and get a nice plethora of looks for our boy, Android 13. So, factoring in his support type ability, he's got pretty good defense, I would say. It's nothing real wild. Right? It's nothing too crazy, but... We've seen it be well over 300,000. I believe Fusion 13, he was sitting there at like 335,000 defense. And I think we're going to do one more little segment of Super Battle Road. And then we'll go ahead and hop into a long event. And we'll just watch him straight up as he transforms. And we'll go ahead and call it a video. So let's go ahead and wrap up this little phase of Super Battle Road. And then let's go ahead and we'll do like maybe one turn. Yeah, because this will be a good turn for 13. He will have big bad bosses active and support and a good link buddy in Super 17. So I'll go ahead and lead off with Super 17. Seems like a good idea to me. 302,000. What do we have? What links do we have active? Everything except for Red Ribbon Army and Metamorphosis. Again, including that monster big bad bosses link. We'll go for the stun. And then we will go ahead and go for this right here. Because why not? We're not even going to be finishing... this turn, right? Or we're not even going to be finishing this event. So we'll go ahead and just target who we feel like. 5 million from LR 17. This unit, he's good. He's just weird, right? It's just, that's it. Good but weird. That's the definition I would provide to this guy. So again, the attack stat, it's hovering right around 2.5, 3.5 million, somewhere in between. I think if we get him a good double support rotation with I'm going to put on as many target Goku allies as I can on the team when we run him in the Legendary Vegeta event, and we'll combine that with a lot of support units and such, and we'll go ahead and see what he does here. Are we going to get... Are you serious, dude? Okay. Oh, okay, well, we died. That was going to be the last turn anyway, so this is fine. We'll go ahead and hop into the Legendary Goku event. I think the GT Legendary Goku event. And we'll see what our boy Android 13 can do once he fuses. Alright, so here we are getting the Fusion 13 transformation. I feel like this would be a good opportunity to maybe go over what I would do to kind of change this card to make him relevant again. So number one, first and foremost, got to update the leader skill. That just like kind of goes without saying. He should be a full 170 across the board. And other than some raw stats, I think I mentioned it earlier in the video, or maybe it was a different take of the video or something, but he absolutely needs to raise defense on super attack. Real quick, by the way, in terms of defensively, this is probably as good as it gets. So almost 350k, not bad, right? Not bad at all. So, but raising defense on super would make this guy a lot better. As I mentioned, even a 30% raise of defense, if he just like raised attack and defense for one turn with that medium chance to stun, if you want him to continue to massively lower defense, that's fine. He's tanking fine, 3.58 right here. I would like a little bit more than that, but keep in mind this is a guaranteed crit, so he's going to be very good in any future renditions of any... You know, if they drop a different legendary Goku event, he'll still be very good in there. Even with his defense lowered, still taking double digits right there. I'm hoping we can get enough for Cell's active skill. That'd be pretty cool. Go ahead and get his rage mode. Hopefully we can get it in the video. So that would definitely be one thing I would change, is he would have to raise defense. We would have to edit his leader skill a little bit. And I would bump up his support type ability, right? Because nowadays, 30% attack and defense is not really the going rate of support units. It's really 40%. 40% minimum 2 key. But if you wanted to bump that up 40% 3 key, I'd be completely fine with that. If this Dokkan Festival Android 13 had a similar output as Androids 19 and 20 with maybe a little bit more firepower in terms of the attack stats and stuff, I'd be completely okay with that for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and as you can see, I've got a lot of support units on the team, and for the record, this is a full target Goku team. So not only are all of these units on the Android Cell Saga or Power Absorption, they are also all on target Goku. So this is Android 13 at like pretty much his maximum, right, in his fusion form. Because remember, he powers up a lot from target Goku allies. So let's go ahead and check him out real quick. So remember, he gets the attack and defense 130%, and then he's getting an additional attack and defense 13% per target Goku category ally on the team. So he is getting an additional 78% attack and defense, or I believe I did the math correctly there. So not too bad, but just with his kind of lower attack stat, that's actually quite a good defensive stat. It's leaving a little bit to be desired offensively. If you want to make him a defensive unit, make him a damn defensive unit. Give him some damage reduction on EZA. Make him greatly raise defense. Maybe make him greatly raise for 3 turns or something like that. You got to do something with some of these EZAs that are incoming. You have to make them busted. Don't leave us with more STR Ultimate Gohans. Now, I quite like the STR Ultimate Gohan EZA specifically for the reason of powering up Tech Ultimate Gohan. But I must admit, his performance in the red zone is pretty lackluster, right? He's basically got a 50% chance of being good. That is just the long and the short of it. You know, if his guard activates, he's good. If he doesn't activate it, he's not good. So don't give him a high chance to guard. That would be ideal. If you want to make him guard, just make him guard. All right, so we'll go ahead. This is going to be another good turn for Android 13. We're going to have, I think we'll have 6 of 7 active. It might be 7 of 7. Well, I'm not going to be able to stick him in the middle slot, unfortunately. We're going to have to lead off with him. So we'll be missing out on big bad bosses, right? 217,000. He got his defense lowered last turn. Yeah, everything except for Metamorphosis. I'd really like him to get big bad bosses activated, but I don't know if it's going to be... Boy. If I go for just like a normal attack right here, is Cell going to get the additional? He probably will. We'll just lead off with 13. I guess we'll just miss out on big bad bosses for now. But I will make sure that we get it at some point in the video. We'll make sure we get a big bad bosses turn for sure. For sure. All right, let's see what he's made of here. Again, he did have his defense lowered last turn, so this is not his true defensive stat. 3.58. I mean, again, guaranteed crits. He needs more. He definitely needs more. He's in this awkward position where he's not going to be getting an EZA. Probably for, I would dare say, a full calendar year or more. I wouldn't guess he's getting an EZA. So he's right in between being usable and just kind of not being usable anymore. We'll do this as a rotation, I guess. We'll go ahead and do this. And then we'll go ahead and do this. And we'll go ahead and do this. This should be okay. We've got some good type advantage here on this turn. 33k. That's fine. They get a lot. They basically get all of their attack and defense on super attack. Attack defense 78% on super attack. So they benefit a lot from support type units. We'll take the double super for sure. And booyah, lowered his defense, great. AGL Cell still incredibly good. I'm not a mega fan of him being the leader of this team. He's so powerful though. Having two of him on the team is not a bad thing, so don't get it twisted. But the new meta of androids units do not have big bad bosses. Nice dodge there, my boy. Jeez, OP. He's so good. But the new meta of androids units don't really have big bad bosses like the tech androids. So Android 13 is amongst the big bad bosses meta, if you will, of android units. So here he is. 334, this is double support. I know that we're rocking him with just like this ridiculous support type unit, but hey, guess what? It's one of his best linking partners. Dude, 5 of 7, you can't really argue with it, right? So I think we'll do, what I'm going to do is we're going to do this last turn, and we'll go ahead and skip to the full power Saiyan 4 Goku. That's about as good as it gets. I think we saw him earlier in the video get a 4 million attack stat. So 4 million appears to be about his limit in terms of attack stats. With a guarantee, I mean, if you really think about it, you're looking at like an 8 million attack stat. Now, it's not a true 8 million attack stat, right? But against Goku's, he's getting, you know, he's doing a lot of damage. So let's go ahead and see him against the full power Saiyan 4 Goku. So I figure we'll leave this in the video as well, just to get him, like, the thing about him, all you can really do with this unit in terms of showcasing him is just getting him with a lot of different partners, right? A lot of different rotations. He was sitting there at about 317,000 defense, so let's see what he does here in terms of tanking against this int enemy. I mean, it's okay. That's not bad. I mean, it definitely could, I've definitely seen worse. And then 3.92. So again, 4 million is about his limit. Again, just lots of different rotations with this unit is the only way you can really showcase him. What more can you really say? He's got a pretty basic kit. You know, he's a unit from 2019. You know, his passive is not like a novella like some of these other units. Like this unit, for instance, dude, has a straight up, dude, biblical passage for their passive skill, man. It is ridiculous. So let's go ahead and move on to the full power Saiyan 4 Goku. So we will go ahead and make this the last turn of the video. And again, 362. Dude, the big bad bosses link for this guy is just so incredibly important, right? It is, man. Time and time again, it's literally the most important link in the game. This is why all of us content creators, definitely myself included, if you have a unit that has big bad bosses, that is the unit you want to grind to level 10 links. You want that big bad bosses link at level 10 because you get it unconditionally, right, at level 10. It's just straight up attack and defense 25%. There is no HP threshold, which is really, really nice. I'd love to see Fusion 13 get hit by the super attack by this guy, and then we can kind of just go ahead and wrap up the video. But if he wants to super attack Cell and Cell wants to tank it, that could be good too. 420, man. So that is, again, that's the highest we've seen from him. No support memories. We have 6 of 7 links active. 6.23. Holy moly. Jeez, man. Okay, chill, Cell, chill. 6.53. This is just the, you know, the difference between a 3-year-old Dokkan Fest and a, you know, 3-week-old Dokkan Fest, right? This is the difference. Are you going to super attack Cell? He didn't super attack at all, man. All right. Well, as I said, we're going to go ahead and make that last turn the last one of the video, just to make this video as short as possible. So again, Fusion 13, I would say overall, he leaves me wanting a little bit more. I'd like to see a little bit more from this guy. I would not anticipate him getting his Easy A anytime soon, but then again, I mean, crazier things have happened. You know, Tech Hit was a 2019 unit, and he has already got his Easy A. So just something to keep in mind there. I don't know, man. Let me know what you think of Fusion 13 in the comments below. Slap a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you happen to be new. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. It means the world. And I will catch all of you in the next one. Later.